Hello, this is Broly SS Guide, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'd like to discuss the topic of Sony's, let's just say Sony and Xbox, and how Xbox handheld will be getting the Sony's games off the Steam. Now, this is the thing to me. I think that Sony and Microsoft made a deal with each other, like, you know what? We'll give you the games, parts, Xbox said, look, we'll give you the games on your console, either day or date, or just let them be first party or however we may see fit, or it could be time exclusive, but you'll get our first party games. So I'm thinking that Sony said, well, we don't want to put our games on your store. Well, um, what we'll do is put it through Steam, and we'll let you buy it a year later. Because notice how I think, okay, you know what? They might have had this deal a long time ago, before the Xbox Activision thing. I think this happened a long time ago, like before Jim Ryan left. Like, um, look at how when Jim Ryan was in there, he made sure to say that PC ports was coming, but there will be 4 long years later. He said that back then, right? He said 4 long years. Now, since he's left, unless he had changed something before he left, all I know was it went from 4 years to 2 years. We didn't see anything. You know, saying on 2 years, 2 years to 1 year, and he's been gone. Way before the 2 years been up to a year now. He's gone now, and it's already down to a year. They've been knocking off years all this time. Just knocking off year by year, just knocking them off. So now that everything that comes from us, from PlayStation games going to like PC. Now this is the thing, right? This is about the raw outline for Xbox. So now the handheld will be able to play PlayStation games, but it has an Xbox logo on it. But hey, we don't see Sony talking about stop putting games on PC. They moving forward, right? So yeah, guys, I think that Sony's cool with it. Like they don't even care. Remember, these are new people. These ain't the same Sony people from back in the day. You know, because before that guy left, Shushida, it was his idea to put games on PC in the first place. That was his idea, and I'm still gonna say it's Sony's idea to put these live service games out here. Because if it was Jim Ryan's idea, and they would just say, okay, if they didn't like the fact that he said live service games, right? Even though he's gone, then why are they still pushing for live service games if they didn't like it so bad? No, they wanted it. It was their idea in the first place. It wasn't Jim Ryan's idea to put out live service games. You know, that's something they want to do on their own, and that's what they continue to do, even though it fails or not. They continue to knock on the wall of that live service game. You know, but I blame the guys in there now. That Chinese dude, I blame him. Rookie Toki, I blame him too. Herman Holtz, he's doing his job. They told him what to do, and he did it. They said that he looked at Concord. I guarantee you, they had seen Concord too, and they said, "Continue, my son. It's live service. Look at it. Okay, think about this. All right, Marathon right now look like trash. People all over the internet sees it and says, nah, this ain't it, bro. This is not it, bro. See me and tell me Sony's not seeing the reactions of the people today, right now, right? So Why they ain't saying like, well, we want to stop this game from going out because it's like trash, right? Right? And remember, Herman Host is no longer inside of that position that he had. He has another position now. It's Nino's turn now, right? And he's still pushing forward for that game marathon to go through. And he's still saying we're going to focus on live service games for the future. So no, I don't blame Jim Ryan. I can't really blame Nino either. But I do say this: whoever's telling Nino what to do, I blame that person. I mean, yeah, we can blame Nino because he's the one that's calling the shots out to us. But we all need to blame the people that's telling him what to say. The one that's casting his checks. You feel me? The one that's casting his checks for him. Cause well, pay his checks for him. Not cash his check, but pay his checks for him. Pay his checks to him. Put it that way. So yeah, it's a chain of command. Like he has a boss, and I'm pretty sure his boss is the boss that's controlling whether or not we get Concord. I'm not Concord, but Marathon. You know, back to the day and date thing. Hey, that's Yoshida. Yoshida wanted to put it, on PC, and that's where it's at right now. And now it's about to be on the Xbox. And I've been saying for years, Sony need to stop doing that. You need to stop putting it on PC, cause it's gonna hurt you in the long run. It's like it's gonna get to the point like, why should I have own a PS5? And this is not really console war talk, but what I'm saying is, if you want to keep your company healthy as far as your place, your console, then you wouldn't want to be putting your games on PC. Because now look at you, now it's about to be on Xbox. So I can sit here and say, hey, why I need the Xbox? Well, I can play it on my Xbox handheld. And I'm not gonna buy one. I'm just saying, like, for the ones that think that way, not for me. I'm not gonna buy an Xbox handheld. That's crazy. I can play everything on my PS5, so I'm good. But for the ones like I don't need a PS5, they can definitely say that now. Definitely can say it now. PS5 for what? And what? Well, they all they got this wait 1 year and they can play that game because of how they want to cut these the time back for the Xbox players. You know, so instead of waiting like 5 years or 4 years, you get 1 year waiting, and you get a nice shiny game. But yeah, it's crazy how we got to the point now. Like Sony went from 4 years of PC ports to now just 1 year. That's got me thinking like, shoot, pretty soon they might be trying to set things up for day and date. Remember, Xbox did the same thing. They did the exact same thing with their company. Closer and closer to day and date on their PC. So don't be surprised. Even though Sony said they're not gonna do nothing beat the Xbox did. Hey, I don't trust nothing they say. I don't trust her. What's that nigga's name? Phil Spencer. It'll only be 4 games, and look what happened. And look how fast Xbox, I mean, the places, how fast Nino is so quickly and ready to port games to PC to 1 year later. Look how fast that happened. Very fast, huh? Spider-Man 2 came out the following year, dog. The following year on a PC. And again, guys, this is not no kind of like uh toxic warrior or anything. I'm just trying to like keep it a butt, like saying, hey, don't be surprised if Sony might end up doing it later, putting games on Xbox like date and date. I mean PC date and date. Xbox, I don't think they're gonna do it. And yeah, you never know. They might put on Xbox date and date. We don't know the future. I don't trust these these new guys. I don't. I don't trust Herman. I don't trust Hiroki Toki trash ass. I don't trust the other nigga either. Nino, wanna be Brown, Nano, whatever his damn name. I don't trust none of them. None of them, man. Can't. But yeah, like that's why you have so many content creators with PCs. They got PlayStations and Xboxes. Why you think they didn't have no problem with games going to PC like a year later or 2 years later? Cause they plan on their preferred platform, which is the PC. PC. That's why they didn't want us fighting against it. Oh, don't do anything. You can't do anything. You have no power. You have no power. Sony would do as they please. We had the power though. If we have enough power to make Xbox go to a handheld, to make Xbox actually put games on our console, then we got enough power to make Sony stop porting games to PC. By doing what? Stop buying these consoles and stop buying these games day and date. You start showing them, hey, I'm moving my money, my wallet. I bet they'll start doing changing some stuff around then. And I bet you still I see a lot less PC ports out there too. This is the thing. They don't really need PC in my opinion because they got PS4. Huge fan base in PS4. So yeah. But don't get me wrong, everybody should be able to play. But I'm like this. I bought this console, then we should be able to play this on my console. You know? Yeah. But that's it guys. That's all I wanna say was yeah, how I think that Sony messed themselves up by putting games on, PC. Now Xbox got got a way of saying, well, look, now we get to play your games on our console. And I think, like I said, I think Sony's cool with it though. I don't think Sony's gonna like do anything to prevent that from happening. I don't think they are. I really don't think so. If those were the case, then they would have had it blocked before that thing even took off in trailers. Before people got their hands on it to play the Steam on that console. So, what do you guys think? Do you feel as though Sony should stop porting games to PC? And that's another thing too. Why did Sony tell people like they're not gonna be porting GTA, not GTA, Gran Turismo or Bloodborne over to PC? Why they don't want to put those games over there? I don't understand that. But you want to put God of War and Spider Man up there, and you're putting um, Stellar Blade up there, but you don't want to put Bloodborne and Gran Turismo up there. That's a little weird to me. Like I wouldn't put God of War up there. I wouldn't put Spider Man up there. But I wouldn't mind putting up there like something like Bloodborne. I don't care about Bloodborne. But God of War? Nah. I would never put God of War on another console, period. Uh-uh. I wouldn't. Bloodborne, sure, hey, why not? You know? But Spider Man 2 and God of War, y'all weird for that one. Sorry, but weird because I would have had my PS4 players having eaten good. Because I'm like this. If I know I'm at the point that my PS5 is not selling that well no more, I mean, they said it's selling okay, but it's not selling like they wanted to sell. Put it on PS4 then, you know? Because if you look at it, if you put it on PC, okay, let's just say, all right, let's say this for instance, right? Okay, PC, you got PS4 players, you want them to move over to PS5, right? So you think that not putting it on PS5 4 it will make them come to PS5? Okay, so what's the difference of putting it on PC? Because those PC players are not gonna go to PS5. They're gonna stay on their PCs. You're not making them come over to PS5. You're just making them stay on their PC. So if you look at it as a double-edged sword, either way you look at it, because just because you turn down one type of player for another doesn't mean that the other one is going to actually go out there and buy your console. Just because they're on PC. That gives them even more reason not to buy your console because they're on PC. They get to play at higher frame rates, better frame rates. PS4 players is like, well, they can just go buy a PC and skip your console. So they might not want to might not want to buy a PS5 at that point because you don't want to put it on PS4. They can like, you know what? Well, since you don't, you're not doing exclusive. You're going 1 year later. Why should I buy a PS5? We putting everything on PC. So that potential. Now, let's say you put that game on PS4 and they see how better it runs on the PS5. They could be like, oh, what? Wow, I might get a PS5 now because I played it on the PS4 and I like that much. But nah, since you just want to skip them on the PS4, they're gonna be like, well, why should I buy a PS5 when I can just wait like a year later to play it on my PS4? I'm sorry, play it on my PC. Or sometimes they might get games day and date on PC. And some of these games, like Lost Soul Aside. What about that? They can go. You see what I'm saying? It's a double-edged sword. So I don't care about gamers being able to play PS4 games and I got PS5. I don't care about that. Because they're considered family. They're PS4 players. I'm not the type. You know what's weird? It's like seeing how the community could be like on one side of the fence 'cause they got a PS5 or a Pro, other side of the fence they got a PS4. It's like one side that they're better than the other side. Oh yeah, he got a PS4, old crusty, dusty PS4. Really? Or he got a PS5, old crusty, dusty PS5. But I got a Proud. I got the Proud. Really though? That's more toxic than anything else. That sounds so toxic doing that. Old crusty, dusty this and dusty that. But yet everybody came from that PS4 or that PS3. Came from somewhere through these games, through these consoles. I don't sit there and belittle somebody's console because I got something a little bit more powerful. If I got a Pro right now, I'll be saying the word Pro constantly. I got a Pro. I got a PS5. If somebody asks me which kind is it, I say okay, it's a Pro, or is this a base, or is this an OG PS5? I'm not gonna sit here and say the word Pro every 5 seconds. A Pro, a Pro, a Pro, a Pro. That is like people are weird these days, bro. I'm telling you. But this is the thing, though. I think Stellar Blade would have sold well. Right now, I'm talking about Stellar Blade, right? How it sold extremely well on the PC, right? Okay, that's great. Keep in mind, Sony didn't put Stellar Blade on PS4. They put it on a smaller base, a player base on the PS5. I mean, so what do you expect? You're not utilizing everybody that you have, as far as your players or your PSN network or PlayStation community players, whatever your players. So like when you leaving out your PS4 players, what you expect? Same thing you did with the Lego game. You left your PS4 players out. What you expect? Put it on Switch too before you put it on PS. How you gonna how you gonna skip the PS4 but go to the Switch for Lego Horizon? Make that make sense? Isn't that weird, y'all? How they skip PS4 for a Switch? The very original OG Switch. And keep in mind, PS4 is way more stronger than Switch. So yeah, they make weird decisions. So yeah, in my opinion, um, I think Sony kind of messed themselves up doing the PC ports and everything. Cause now it's like it's making like PlayStation players feel a certain way. Like wow, so what's the point of ordering a PS5? This guy Xbox players feeling like, well, what's the point? Saying the same thing. Like, why need a PS5? I can play that everything on my Xbox. Even though it's through Steam, it's still gonna be there. And they probably get it at a cheaper price too on Steam, right? As far as the games. So yeah. Man, I don't know, Sony. You should never listen to that nigga Yoshida. I always thought it was Cory Barlog that said that put games day and date not daily, but put games on PC like that. You know, that's why every time I see them talk, the content creators talking about some, yeah, guys, um, everything looks better on PC this and PC that. That's why they didn't want us like fighting to keep it off PC because they want it on PC. They want all they care about is frame rates, 120 frames and up, frames this and frames that, bro. They don't care. They don't want to be locked down to that specific platform, the PlayStation, and for people to go out there and buy that console, right?
What's shaking?
If I want the best experience in gaming, do I not need to go buy a PC? Keep it. Be real. If I want the best experience in gaming, right? I go there and buy a PC or a PS5 Pro, right? But the
My heart,
best,
Hunter.
the best, it will be PC, right? So I have to go there and buy me a PC. But if I want to buy a game that I love so much on that's not on PC, I have to buy it on the PS5, right? So I had to go buy a PS5 console to play that game because it runs because it's the best on that console. It's the best game. I just feel like it's the best game out there that's exclusive to that console. Let's say like Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 3 right now, locked down on PS5 only. You only play it on PS5, right? I had to buy a PS5 for it. Just like if I wanted the best platform that runs everything the best, I had to go buy a PC for it. So yeah, you gotta switch. You gotta cross over sometimes to get the thing that you want. Because of what frames? A lot of people did that. They did it for frames. They switched from console to PC. I'm not one of them. I'm not going from console to PC. I like my consoles a lot. I love my console, and I'm not going to switch over to 30 frames per second to 6 frames per second. I don't care about that at all. I really don't. So, man, um, yeah, I'm a console player, baby, and I enjoy my console games, and I like to start seeing more games being locked into the system. And I mean, if they want to do 4 years later, that's cool with me. I could do 4 years later, but I prefer to be locked down permanently, like you just you know exclusive. If Nintendo can do it, so should be able to Sony should do it too. Sony should too, bro. Xbox the only ones doing this stuff like the most, like putting it on every daggone thing, But like just because they feel that way doesn't mean that we all have to feel that way. Like we all should be giving our games to each other. Nah, I don't really feel that way. If we ain't have to come on a PlayStation like that one game, Space Marines Remastered,
Someone is grieving,
oh well.
Hunter.
If Doom didn't come to PlayStation, oh well. I wouldn't have worried
Thank you.
about it.
I
Oh,
I would just
don't
bought it
suppose
on the
you're talking
Xbox.
about the Norwegian gravitas curse?
You know,
Why
I'm
why
good.
I
Or just
tried
guy,
to make the
or just
default
not play
setting?
it. That's us. It is what it is. But
Perhaps it.
You mean the world full of things trying to kill us? We spend too much time
yeah, I think
scrolling anyway. I prefer my
it's
escapism
just
digitally,
weird
if you
now.
don't mind.
Just seeing all of a sudden that
So it's
hey,
different back in your day.
Steam will be on the next
Back in
Xbox,
my
and
day, as you call it,
you'll be able to play
simply
all these
setting some
PlayStation
command
games,
them to
and
play out competitive scenarios
Sony
for
ain't
our
saying a
entertainment.
word, bruh.
I can show you
They
if
ain't
you would
saying
like.
nada.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
So I
that's
got a feeling that Sony is a
hardcore.
part of this
Let's stick to tangible gaming platforms.
strategy of just letting the stuff stay on the Xbox. For one, I think the reason why they're gonna do it because the Xbox will help them out a lot as far as first party games because Sony hasn't really been dropping much lately as far as first party games. So they're probably looking at it like, well, we owe them, so we'll go ahead and just keep their games, our games on PC and let them play it on their console. I think it's like a trade or a trade off. Like we do this for you, we do this for us. In my opinion, I'm just saying. Well, there you go, guys. It's been the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. How you feel about games going to be running P well the Xbox Relic gonna be running Sony games on it. How you feel about their next console be running games on it? PlayStation games on their console as well. How you guys feel about that? Are you cool with it? You're not cool with it? Do you feel as though Sony should go back to 4 years of porting, 4 years in port, or are you cool with it? So you know what? Hey, go ahead and make everything day and date on the Xbox and just have fun. How you look at it? Because I want to know. With me, I can go either or. Like not make it exclusive or go up like 4 years at least tops. 4 years tops. Oh yeah, one more thing before I go. Also, with the news about Final Fantasy not selling well on PlayStation. Okay, that's another thing I want to talk about too before I go. Right? They were saying how on PlayStation it only sold 3 million. Okay, how much? It didn't sell too well on Xbox recently either, right? Final Fantasy 16 only 22,000 console. I mean games sold. That's it. And they tried to say that Sony was bad for like not selling a lot of copies. And keep in mind, they didn't sell it to be the traditional Final Fantasy way. They changed it to like a Devil May Cry type of style game. So that's why it did poorly for the sales. A lot of people was complaining about that game before it even dropped. They saw the gameplay for it. They were like, "Nah, this ain't it. Like, why are you making it a non-based game?" So keep that in mind as well. But it sold more on PlayStation than it did on Xbox. Now you got Gears of War coming out on PlayStation. That game's been out since '81, since day one, years and years and years ago, and it's top selling on PlayStation right now. So we can't sit here and be like, well, Sony don't have no games. We got games to play over here on PlayStation. It might not be as much first party games dropping, but we still got games to play over here. So especially Xbox games too. We got Xbox and PlayStation games dropping over here. So you can't sit here and be like, well, Sony don't have no games. That's why y'all buy it all. I get no. That's not really it. We buy a little bit of everything. So especially we don't have no kind of prices below 22,000 copies sold. That's crazy. This is not console war. I'm just being real. This is crazy. So, what is Square Enix going to say when they see those numbers? They got to deal with the numbers right now for those sales. But this just goes to show not everything needs to be sold everywhere. Because look at what happened with Final Fantasy. Just saying, you know what I mean? Like the 16 didn't sell too well. And keep in mind that game is not even that old compared to Gears of War 3, Gears of War 1. Final Fantasy came out what, last year or 2 years ago, a year ago? Gears of War came out like what, 20 years ago? 30 years ago? I don't know, but like it's an old game. But yet, and keep in mind too, Final Fantasy is a big name. It's a big name in the gaming industry, and a lot of people on the Xbox side was always talking about getting the game this and getting the game that. Can't wait to play the game. Got on that system, woohoo, baby, and all this. But on the small sales, that's ridiculous. But all right, guys, and in the video, I touched a little bit on everything from like the day and date thing, from PC ports to Final Fantasy not selling well on Xbox. And what are you guys' thoughts? How you feel about the situation? All the topics? Let me know in the comment section if you can, please. This is Broly, this is God. Also, don't forget that like button, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and I'll keep you guys posted on more videos. And also, I'm not really a gaming news channel. I just like to post up what I think from time to time, but I'm not a news channel though. But like I just want to get things on my chest about how I feel about certain things. And also, pretty much I'm a gamer, so I do mostly stream games. So you're gonna be catching some more gameplay pretty soon of I don't know what yet, but it was probably some Monster Hunter World, probably Wilds or no, World, and some other stuff. Some Marvel games, DC, all that jazz. Anyway, guys, see you guys soon. Also, some more Portal play too. Take it easy, God bless, one love. I'm out.